try.
For me, I started playing back home in school, secondary school, because we went to Thobu College. It's kind of Indian school. Like rugby was not really big in there. Like most of the school, most of the boys play soccer, and like I get on my last 2 years there. Then Fijian teacher come in and form a team under 16 and under 18, and managed to play. Didn't we just play like before going into the teens? This in the Western Division, like we have a zone.
Mm-hmm.
Play in our zone, and like the winners from each zone, then they went up to the Dean's quarterfinals. And then I went to university straight after that. Went to USP, University of the South Pacific. Yeah, and there was a rugby team being formed, and then we were playing in the Super Rugby Union. We played club rugby there. I think we were one of the most hated team in the Super Rugby Union team. In the rugby union competition, because because we played with most of the island guys. Some guys from Tonga, Samoa, who went to uni together. We played with them, and most of the teams there they really hate us because all those guys are uni students. So, and I think on our first, and we ended up in the semi-final of the Escort Shield. We played. We lost to Army, because Army at that time got all this Nakarawa. I think they got many big names in the team. They were playing for Suva, and then our coach. Then it turned out that our coach from that USP team, when Pivek came over to coach for Fiji, he set up this Colonial Cup competitions. Like we have Suva Highlanders, Stallions, the Crusaders, Western Crusaders, the Northern Sharks. And by the end of the season, then he was being selected to go and coach the Suva Highlanders team. And mostly players from Naitasiri and Suva, they got selected from that. And he invited us to come to attend the trial for the Suva Highlanders team. So we never played for Suva. We just played for USP, and we came and attended the trial with a few of other boys. In Ratu, he's in France now. With Fully and them. And then went to the trials. All the Suva and the Naitasiri rugby team players were there, and then we went for a trial. And then when they named the team, that half of the team was from the USP team, and I think that's where my rugby started from. Yeah. Then I went back to school, and I think they were in Samoa. Then I got a call from FRU, say, Fiji Warriors are in Samoa, and I think one of the lock got injured, and they want a replacement. So I was on a lecture. I just come out and I see my phone. So missed call, and say, can you come down to the FRU office? And then I went down, and they said, you'll be flying to Samoa tonight to join the Fiji Warriors team. Just quite unreal for me. And then pick up my stuff from FRU, then have to went home, packed my stuff, and flew from Nosori in the afternoon, like around 6 o'clock. And that was like my first ever tour to leave Fiji, to go on the plane. And it's really a good experience. I think that's where my rugby career started off, from Fiji, and then come back and continue with my studies, and then I was Naitasiri. They contacted me, and if they want come and play with them, and then I went there because by that time George Nakama, she was also came with the Fiji team for the World Cup in 2007. Yeah, he was the coach by that time, and he asked me if I could come and play for them. And then I got a chance to go to New Zealand. After that, I went to Poverty Bay. It was like a competition down below the ITM Cup. I went there and played there 1 year. Was down in Gisborne. I went with John Stewart and Paula Tico. And then when we play Blues development, and I think guys from North Harbour, they were watching the game, and straight after the game they talked to us and said, "Oh, if you want to come over and play club rugby, North Harbour, and maybe try and push for placing for North Harbour in the ITM." I played my ITM Cup. After that, then got called on by Fiji to come on that European tour, Northern tour that we came, and I made my debut against England in Twickenham.
How was that experience being at Twickenham on your debut? Because most people don't have debuts at Twickenham if you played for another country.
Yeah, it was unreal. I think for me, like playing in front of 80,000 and making my debut was I was honored, but good experience for me to make my debut in such a big game. I think Deacon Man was the captain there, and Gara was still playing, but it was really good experience for me.
From there, you went to Ajon, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were there.
So after that, I went back to New Zealand, and the following year, 2013, played again for Harbour in the ITM. And then after that, then my agent get in touch and said, "Oh, there's a club in France looking for a medical joker." That was straight after the ITM Cup competition, and they said, "Oh, they're looking for a lock for medical joker just to go there for 3 months to go and cover for the injured guy." Yeah. I think when I went there, then I think they were short in lock. I think they got 2 second rows injured by that time, and then I landed there on Wednesday, and the game was on Sunday, so I have to learn the calls by then. And they said, "Oh, you on the bench on Sunday." I was still jet lagged. I think I played well in a few games there. In the first, I think 3-4 games I played well. And after 1 month, the president called me in and said, "Oh, so really like you, really interested in you, want you to stay here and stay with us, and for the rest we want to offer you a 2-year contract." I was happy by then, because I always wanted to come this side, because I was playing in New Zealand, like it was just semi-pro. Like the only time you really get into professional contract is during the ITM Cup. But after that, because which is just 2.5 months, and then after that you back to club rugby, and then you'll have to work and then play. So coming over here was one of my coming over to Europe was one of my aim to get a contract here and try and get my family over here and experience what's like playing rugby here and further my career. My wife our first daughter was just born in Fiji by then. So after she turned 1, and then made their visa, and they flew over the following year.
I was going to say that's a really interesting kind of thing you said about, and I've never thought about this, but I've seen it a lot with a lot of island-based players where most of their families, their wives and their children are still back home.
Yeah.
How did that feel? How did that feel for a year when you're away from your young child and your wife at the time?
Yeah, it was difficult. It was tough. So one of the reasons too, I tell the club, if you want me to stay here for another 2 years, you'll have to get my family over. Then, and the club said, oh yeah, sure, we'll do all their visas, and we'll try and get them over as soon as their visa is done. That's one thing that the club really helps too. And then and straight after I signed my new contract, then we straight away did their visas. And yeah, and most of the guys in France, they were shocked when they see who my family came over, because most of them too, they were playing there. They even have their family back home. They were having, I think, applying for the visa by that time was quite tight, especially for the family to come over.
You moved from going from Argent. You played in the 2015 World Cup, which was in England. You can move. Then you moved to. I might get my dates wrong here, so please excuse me. Then you moved to Northampton with Campesi Maafu. How was that experience for you? Because going from Argent to England, colder.
Yeah, cool. I think during that World Cup when we played here in England, I think after that, Northampton have been following me up on after that World Cup, and then when we went down, so I had a clause to leave. I got an offer from Glasgow, so on that 2015, to go to Glasgow. Yes, Gregor Townsend was still the coach there, because by that time Nakarawa was leaving Glasgow. He went to racing, I think, by that time, and he called me and said, we want you to come over here. You want a replacement for Nakarawa? I said, I'm not that good as Nakarawa.
I don't know about that.
I'll be happy to come over then. Yeah, but I tried to leave, and then the club didn't allow me to go. So they told my agent he can only leave if any top 14 club wants me. So Glasgow was really keen to have me, because they know we were going down to Pro D2, and if I could come, they offered me 2 years there to go and play for Glasgow. Yeah, there was the negotiation there was really tight. Some of the French people, they can be very, very difficult at times. Yeah. And then I tell Greg, sorry, I can't really get out of this contract, because these guys, they really don't want me to go. When I was doing preseason with Agen for that season, and then Northampton get in touch, they said, yeah, they really want me to come over here, because they were looking for lock, because I think Victor Metfield just been left the season after, so they were looking for lock. Same story. And then the club just didn't want me. They said, if there's a top 14 club, and then we'll release you to go. And I think Northampton kept pushing and said, we'll pay for his release fees. If you want to release fees, we'll pay for it. I think they were just after the money, and they said, yeah, we will take that. It's really fortunate to come over here, and because Campo was already here. Mm-hmm. I was talking to him and said, it's really good club.
That's 2015, 16.
2016.
2016, yeah. So that means you've been there for 4 years, and this is your 5th year.
Yeah.
You've played 90 times, around 90 times for. Yeah. And I think you scored 25 points. That's 5 tries. Huh?
Right.
You didn't do any drop goals or anything. So I'm assuming they were all.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. What's the experience like? What's the experience like playing in the Premiership in comparison to any of the other leagues?
Yeah, I think it's quite different, especially when it came over here. The level of professionalism here, the I think even the club, it's really different from France. Just the way they train, the facilities we have here. Yeah, it's really a big step up compared to when I was in France. The level of training too is quite rapid here compared to France, and I think I really come and learn a lot too here. Makes me a better player, rugby player.
Would you say you prefer it over here in the UK as opposed to?
Yeah, I think rugby-wise, I prefer in here rather than back in France. Yeah, but the good thing about in France is the weather, the great close to the beach, the wine there. Some of their food too is just really good.
Let's go back to Fiji then, and let's just talk about you playing for Fiji. When you first started, how far do you feel the side has developed till this point?
Yeah, I think for me and my point of view, it has really developed. I think from the time I started to the time by now, I think the team has really developed. I think the players we have now, the level of competition we're playing in, most of the boys now are playing professionally now, and I think it really helps a lot when coming back to play for Fiji. You bring back the experience you have playing at this level. I think playing at this level is just the next level to playing international level. So it's good, and we have some very good athletes in our team now. And I think there's still rooms for improvements. I think things need to be done to get us to where we really want to get. Yeah, to be the best, to be with the best.
What would Fiji have to do to be able to compete regularly or consistently with tier 1 nations?
Like, say, for instance, England, before the Six Nations, they have two weeks to get together to prepare for that tournament. And for us, if we can have more of those before we went into like a Northern tour or a June test, I think the more we can stay together and we try and understand the game plan or what the coaches wants for the team. I think that will help a lot. I think too, just our level of discipline too needs to get up, because as we Fijians, when we went together, when we were together in a team, like, we tend to relax a bit and just enjoying each other's company, and sometimes it takes away our focus from rugby. I think that's something, if we can just more can introduce more professionalism into the team. Like, the main thing is, when we're playing, is to have fun too, and I think if we can mix that right, we'll be a much better side here.
So Vern Cotter is now the new coach. He's a coach. What we saw of the Autumn Nations, that one game. Can you Can you see the positives in that game?
Yeah, I think so. Looking at that game, I think the new coach, I think he's brought in some new players, some younger players, which is just really good. He's trying to develop them now. So when they play against Georgia, it was I think they really played well, and I just hope if they could have played like the likes of Scotland or France, if those games were not cancelled. I think those are the kind of games that we really need to test ourselves in. I think that's where we can really judge, or we can see where the team is. Hopefully we'll have many good test matches if they can play. I think for us to be able to go improve too, I think we need to be playing most of the tier 1 teams, because only that in that we can really know our strengths and our weaknesses in.
Fiji are supposed to be playing Ireland and New Zealand in summer, July.
Yeah, I heard that. They're going to be playing. New Zealand. Yeah.
Do you wish you were a bit involved with that one, with those?
Yeah, I wish, but I think for me personally, I think after that World Cup last year, 2019, I think that's for me as a thing. I think that's where I'm finished with playing Fiji. I think it's time now for the young players to step up. I think many good upcoming players coming up. I think this is the time for them to give them a chance now to play, because I think those are kind of games we really will want to play, like playing against the All Blacks, playing against Ireland, because that's the kind of games we really want to play. And for me, if I was given a chance to play, I would say I will go, but I don't think so. I'll be I'll be in the mix again, because just getting old now, and I think it's time for the younger upcoming guys to step up.
What's your best experience in playing for Fiji?
Yeah, I think for me my best experience is going to the World Cup. I think it's my first one in England, 2015 World Cup. Yeah, that was the pinnacle of my career. And then, because from going to that, I think it helps me a lot, opens many more doors for me, contract-wise. And then going to the last World Cup, I think many people said that maybe I will not make it to the World Cup. There's many rumors when we were in Fiji, because when we were playing games leading up to that to that World Cup, was not playing much in most of the games, but for me, I just keep my head down and just keep work hard, because my aim was to go to that World Cup. I think for me to end my career at a World Cup like that, I think for Fiji, I think that's for me is where I really wanna end it. So I really work hard for it, and I was fortunate and blessed to be picked and went to that World Cup. Yes, I think got one of the best teams that World Cup, and I think some of the results in that World Cup didn't turn out our way, which is quite, I think, from now something that really hurts me. Now looking back at the World Cup, because I think we could have done better with the team we had, with the caliber of team we have. I think we could have done better. We could have reach the quarterfinals. If you would have win some of those games, which is really, I think, really helps to look back and see how we end up during that World Cup.
You're 34 now.
Yeah.
You said to me you've got a couple of years left, a year left on your contract.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself after that? Have you got your sights set on your future career after rugby? Are you going to be the next Fiji coach? Are you going to be the next fitness guru like Natani Tane?
We are planning to settle down in here in England. We're gonna apply for that ILR. Definitely have to remain. I think we're just waiting to be 5 years in here to apply for it. Once it came through, then we might settle down here and look for work here. If not, then I'll just be going back home. Got a house back home. Maybe go and start up a business back home. Planning to do a coffee shop back home and try and get into the business. That's I've been doing a few coaching courses too. Done my level 2, doing my level 3 now. So there are some opportunities there to go into coaching. Then I might look into it. If not, then just try and get into business and if we settle down here, then I might look into coaching when we settle down here.
Do you think your club has actually kind of helped you in that kind of life after rugby kind of?
It's good. The RPA, they're really the Players Association. I think the other ones they really help out in doing this kind of stuff, like for life after rugby, doing short courses, doing coaching courses, or whatever thing you need to get to. After rugby, they're really supportive, and I think it's really fortunate to be involved with them. Yes.
If you were to change anything in your life, what would it be? In your rugby career, what would it be?
I just wish if I could have started playing professional rugby young, like in my early 20s, like 21, 22. I think for me, I started playing really professionally when I was 26. I think the game has really changed now. The pace of the game, and I think it's really getting more fast now, and the body starts feeling it now.
This might be a difficult question. Might be a difficult question for you, considering. Who's your favorite coach you've worked with?
For me, I say for now, I think I've worked with some of the best coaches. I think Chris Boyd will be one of the best coaches now I've worked with. I think for him, it's just the level of his knowledge of the game and his management, player management, how he manages the players and the team. I think he's really good at it. think one of my better coaches, I think, when growing start playing is I think it's Chochi Rinakama. He's the one who really helped me to get to where I am today. I think he really helped me in my started playing rugby. The values of the game, and he was the discipline, be disciplined, and just trying to have a respect, for your coaches. And
if there was a young player, say 15, 16, what would you, and they come to you and say, Api, I need some advice, what would you say to them?
I would say that sacrifice is one thing, and the other thing is be disciplined with whatever you do. If you have a dream or if you have a goal, be disciplined with it and work hard for it. And I think you'll achieve that if you're being disciplined, and if you work hard for it. There's nothing is impossible if you work hard for whatever things you wanna achieve.
Supporters, you're not playing with supporters at the moment, but how important are supporters, especially for Fijians when the Fiji play like groups like us? How important are they for you guys?
I think they're massive, especially in here in Northampton. I think we have some of the passionate supporters. So I think one of the passionate supporters I've ever played in, especially turning up here and see how they go behind the team. They're singing and just how every home game is almost a sellout crowd. I think this is really massive to the club. I think it's massive to the boys. I think it really gives a boost when you're playing, and when you know that these supporters are there behind you, and also your family here. They have been very, very supportive, especially my wife. I think having 4 kids, for me, going away training and to games, to be with the kids and to help out. I think I owed a lot to her. It's been rock star for family, and just coming home and just staying at home with the kids now and see the amount of work we do when we have kids at home. It's unbelievable, really salute for that. And I think once we get good support at home and good support network, I think when we get good people supporting you will be enjoying our rugby. Will be, I think, it will make give boost to us going up there to play. You know, your family is behind you, and the people they care about you, to supporting you, and you just want to go out there and do your best for them and for the supporters.
Space and time, and the try.